Hey everybody, thanks for coming back. This is Rocky here. So about a week ago, I did a little short about all these mint packs and uncirculated packs and proofs and all this that I got since I was a kid from my grandma. I got quite a bit of views and likes, so I just wanted to go through what I found out of all of those. It's not a solid 30 years, but you know how it is. So basically I found a lot more than what I'm going to show you here that are quite nice, but what I started to see was that I was getting a lot of things where I just kept saying, oh boy, this is nice, this is nice, this is nice, and I don't want to send them all in, so I just tried to find the cream of the crop, the best of the best, in a few different denominations. And yeah, stick around to the end because there's a couple that are quite nice. And then leave some comments in below and let me know, do you think my grading is pie in the sky, or do you think I'm pretty spot on? I've got some comparisons and you can see what PCGS is calling these different grades. So some of them I think I should be able to get a better grade. Some of them I might be shooting a little high. But yeah, let me know what you think. 1960 large date, I'm pretty sure. Pretty nice coin. You can see just a little bit of a scuff above the end there. I mean, I just went through everything before I did this video with the loop. And I noticed if you turn it down this way at a different angle, sometimes it helps point out any flaws. But I gotta say, this is a very, very nice coin. Not perfect. You can see in this lighting, there's a little bit of chatter but in the fields, but it really is a very beautiful coin. I'm also going to compare some of these coins to the PCGS pictures that they have on their website, and you can see why I get a little bit excited. So at any rate, I gotta try to keep this shorter than the last time I did this. I have this large date. I'm pretty positive it can come back to 69, and that would be a $120 coin. So here's PCGS's PR69 red. If you take a close look, you can see it's not quite as nice as the one I got. There's a little scratch on his cheek, and he's got, in his coat, he's got several scratches, some harder scratches, not just surface stuff. So it's looking like mine should hopefully be a 69, and this is basically how I compare them. I don't have a lot of experience with anything other than Morgans at this point, but I'm just comparing it to the pictures on the website. On to the nickels. Got an 89 Philadelphia, and it is full steps. I don't know how well you'll be able to see the full steps in this. Let's see if I can't focus a little better. Now, I am a little bit confused about the full steps. I've been told, or I've heard different ways. Right here you can see in the front, full steps, pretty easy. The confusing part to me is I have heard that full steps in the front is all that matters. Others have said you have to get full steps to the sides, and this does have full steps to the sides. This one, I think I was a little bit concerned about this side here. I mean, in the right light, it's got full steps, but again, that's the PCGS. So hopefully it's full steps. You can see I got a slight ding under the eye there. I can't remember if I've got a PCGS one that I'm going to show you, but a pretty nice coin. I have this, if it's full steps, I've got this as a 67, and that would be a $900 coin according to PCGS. So here's PCGS's MS67 full steps that they got on their website. You can see not nearly as nice as mine. I mean, it's got quite a bit of scratches and gouges on it, on the face of it there, and on the back here too, on Monticello. It's pretty beat up. I mean, it's a nice coin, but I mean, compared to mine, it's not as nice. So I should easily be able to get a 67, I would think, unless there's something I'm really missing. Here we have a 1960 Proof. I believe this qualifies as a 69. And I know I'm gonna probably catch some slack about my grading, but I understand that. A lot of reason why I'm doing this is because I want to get something back in some of these different denominations and years and types of coins, because I've pretty much been focused on Morgans for the last year, and I'm just starting to get into some of the other types of coins. But this is not perfect, but pretty darn close, I gotta say. I mean, to be a 69, it's gotta be pretty perfect. If it's a 69, it's a $200 coin. If it's not a 69, it's gonna be a waste of money. Next up is a 1993 D. Again, nothing particularly expensive about this coin, even in a good condition. It is still, though, full steps. And this one, whether it is full steps on the right and left included, this definitely qualifies. You can't see it here, however, it has it. So this one, I'm kind of hopping around on the quality, the grading. You can see the back here. I don't get why the reverse always looks so much better than the obverse. However, on the obverse, you can see some scatter. You know, there's a ding up here out on the field. It's hard to show sometimes with the camera, but you know, it's pretty nice. I mean, it looks nicer through the camera than it does in real life, to be honest. So at any rate, I'm rating it minimum a 66, which stinks because it's only $40. But if it comes back at 67, a grade higher, it's a $475 coin. So here's hoping for 67. Moving on to quarters, we have a 1970 D. I like this quarter a lot. I don't know if it's gonna come back rated at what I have it rated at, but I mean, you can see it's pretty nice. I mean, there's a little bit of chatter on the cheek there, slightly in front of his nose. I like the toning on it. It's starting to get a gold and bluish tone to it. Makes you wish you could just wait 20 more years, see how it looks. But the back, I like the toning even more. Really pretty toning on it, I think, anyway. Hopefully the graders think so too. It's light. It'd be cool if it was darker, but at any rate, let's see, a 1970 D here. I have it as, I think I'm hoping for a 67 plus, which I know that plus is hard to get, so it's probably gonna come back as 67 and disappoint me. But I'm hoping 67 plus, $450 coin. Here we have a 1970 Philadelphia. It looks pretty nice in the camera, but it is actually got a bit of chatter around it. Nothing horrible, but when I started looking at it through the loop, again, wasn't as nice as I had kind of hoped. I mean, in the camera, it looks really nice, but what can I say? It's the camera. So the 1970p, I have it hoping for a 67. That would be 385 bucks. But again, you drop it down just one grade and it's almost not worth it. So here is a 1971 D that I might actually not send in. I've got my hopes set on a 67, which would be a $150 coin. But kind of like the dime, as soon as you lose that, you lose it. It's not worth it. And you can see here at this angle, this is why I started to reconsider. Those are just marks from sitting in the cellophane for, 50 years. So I don't know how badly that's gonna affect me. The thing is, it doesn't have a lot of gouges, and I'm hoping that will help me. Being, I would assume a gouge would knock me more than, bag wear, but who knows? Again, I'm not a grader, and I'm relatively new to this. I might send it in just so I know what they're gonna do in a situation like that. That's just disheartening. But yeah, hoping, if I send it, hoping for a 67 $150 coin. Okay, here we have a 1960 proof, and I had it marked from my initial inspection as the A and R in America being doubled, but then I kept looking and looking, and I realized that I think the entire America is doubled. Again, can't see it here. The E and the R, or the E, is a little bit less, so I don't know if I can get the whole America as doubled. I also found down here in the olive leaves, on the top side of the olive leaves, it's doubled, and you actually can see here there's doubling in the tail feathers. So you see that duplicate right below them there. That's doubling. However, I did see that online their pictures looks like the doublings in the motto, the E pluribus unum. So I'm hoping it doesn't have to be that specific, but I'm going to send it in as a variety attribution and see if I can't get that DDR VAM on it. If it is not the DDR, if they don't give me the DDR, I think I can get about a 67 at least for this. I know it looks really nice, but it's not perfect. If it's a 67, it'll come back 175 bucks. If it's a 68, it's 450. So, 1992 Philadelphia. Just a pretty darn nice coin. I think I'm hoping for a 67 plus on this, which is $175. If I can get up to a 68, which one of the things about this one is if you loop it, you can see there's a lot of detail in the head of the eagle, and overall just in really good condition. There's a bit of a scratch over here next to the dot between dollar and America. It's very light, but if I could get a 68, it turns into a $1,850 half dollar. So once again, fingers crossed. The detail on mine compared to the PCGS photos, I feel my details are a lot stronger, better strike, but it could be because their camera lighting and stuff, you just can't see their details as well. Let's take a look at theirs. So right away you can see some chatter in the cheeks and the hairline. So some heavier gouges, not just lines either. Down along the neckline there, got a lot of scratches. In the shield, there's a gouge on the top right, and in between the arrows and the stars, and the detail in the eagle's head is just not quite as good as what I've got. I wish I had a better camera so it could really zoom in and show you all the detail that I had on mine. Here we have a 1970D. This one, again, just a very nice coin. I think the other one's a little bit better quality. If I can get a 67 out of this one, that's a $340 half dollar. You can see if you compare it to my last one, the details on the eagle's head are not as good. So it's just not as good a strike as the other one, which will be held against me. But again, $350 or $340, I'll take it. Okay, this is a 1960 proof. Very, very nice coin. Not much wear as far as bag marks are cellophane marks, I guess you would call it. Really beautiful coin. Unfortunately, it's not a VAM, or sorry, Cameo. Those are quite difficult to find, but it is very good condition. I have my fingers crossed for a 69. If it's a 68, it's 115, makes it worth it to me because I really didn't pay for these coins. These were all gifted to me as a child. But, you know, it's gonna cost me about $35, $40 with variety attribution because this one is a DDR, I think, double die reverse, in the E pluribus unum, if I remember right. I'm guessing you're not going to be able to see the doubling, but there's quite a bit in there. So I'm hoping for a 68, or at least a 68. That's $115. But if I can get it bumped up to a 69, because it is an exceptionally nice coin. You can see at the top of the hairline, there's a line, but that is that's in the die. That's a die polishing mark or something. That's not on the coin itself. Well, you know what I mean. Anyway, if I can bump it up to a 69, it's an $825 half dollar, which would be quite nice. Fingers crossed. Now the good stuff. Here's PCGS's PR68 of the same coin. He's got a scratch, a couple scratches on the hair above his ear. It looks like he's got some wear on the temple hair there as well. So here's one that I was quite excited about, and I'm hoping I can still get it as a mint state. However, after doing more research, I realized that it is probably a satin, a special strike. They in the mint packs, that's what they did. I think. I'm a little confused about it. I'm leaning towards it's probably the satin finish special strike, in which case it's only, well, depending on what I get. I don't know if it's good enough to get me a 69. If I get a 69, it's $125. I just don't know if I can get a 69. However, if they don't consider it a satin one, it would probably easily be a 68 in a mint state, in which case would be a $1,850 coin. You know, I made a short about this because I was super excited, but then after thinking about it more, I just thought I couldn't be that lucky. And I probably am not going to be, but I'm going to submit it as mint state and let them figure it out. I don't know if I can get 69. I really don't. You can see right above the arrows, there's a little tiny bit of something, and right in front of his face is a very light scuff mark. But boy, it's a beautiful coin. It really is. So wish me luck on this one. So next one is the piece de resistance. Here we have a 1988. I believe this is the best out of the entire pack, all of the packs that I found so far. And, you know, there are other good things, but I think this is what I found to be worth the most. So 1988D, just a penny, but it is a beautiful penny. And when you go on PCGS, you can see they do not have many in very good quality. Also, to top it off, I believe this could be a wide AM. However, I'm not 100% sure because you look at the pictures of their wide AM and their normal AM and they look practically the same. So I'm going to submit it as a variety attribution and hope that I get it. But even if I don't, I'm happy because you'll see the pictures of their 88Ds, and they're horrible. And those are some of their better grades. So I've got my fingers crossed on this one to be, oh, 68. So a 68 for them is a $2,500 coin. However, I will show you their pictures of their 88Ds. I think mine blows them out of the water. So that's their highest grade, is a 68. If I could get a 68 plus or a 69 by chance, boy, when they start doing even those little hops, 1 grade, half a grade, it increases the value tremendously. At any rate, this is my baby. This one I'm gonna send in express with some other stuff, and I think it's worth paying the extra money. It's like another 30 bucks for the grading, but I'm excited about this one. I want to know. I always get excited when if I have the chance to potentially get a higher grade than whatever they have. I have something, I think I've got 1 or 2. I know I've got 1 that is the only grade that they have. It's a kind of a weird coin. Maybe I'll talk about it one of these days. At any rate, guys, if you like this video, please like it, subscribe, and tell me what you think about the grades. Okay, so here's the coin on PCGS. There's 68 red, and I knocked it really bad. I mean, it is a god-awful texture on that thing, but what I realized later is there's a lot of pennies like that. So here's another one that they have, which, the texture looks much nicer, but it still has some flaws, some little chips and dings here and there. I can't see them because of how I'm recording this, but you can see a little bit behind the coat, on the coat. On the stairs there, he's got some too. So yeah, I believe there's one more I'm gonna show you here. Yeah, you can just see dings and scratches, and all these are 68s, and mine is just, I'm sorry, but mine is better. I hope that I can minimum match, but my real hopes are that I can actually exceed their grading, get a 69 or a 68 plus. So please like and subscribe. See you on the next one.